Joy seems a more limited commodity as of late. Gone are the days when responsibility remained a word undefined, and the dawn of each day brought with it the excitement and anticipation that can only reside in the heart of a child. Gone are the days when friends never parted and relatives lived forever. We often live in the past because the present appears bleak. We recollect the simplicity of bygone days before we were subject to the taxman, and we were more concerned with having fun than having funds, when every day felt like a privilege to live rather than a battle to survive. The death of innocence is an often tragic yet inevitable thing. The teachings of trauma resound with such magnitude that our breath sometimes flees. Some will experience it tragically early and others inappropriately late, but its convergence is assured. A few short years ago, this would have been the conclusion of such an entry. I'd be dishonest not to say that I still wrestle with its contents daily. However, I've since come to know that there is more to it than that. How bleak it is indeed if this is the extent of our experience. But how wondrous it is that we are not resigned to such a perpetual fate thanks to our Maker. Even if my carefree days remain only in the vault of my distant memories, I know that this life is not in vain. For I have put my trust in one who keeps my soul. His name is Jesus. I am promised an eternal existence that so exceeds the joy and peace of humanity's greatest moments that it cannot even attempt to be compared. And what qualifies me for such a destiny? I must be spectacularly righteous and holy, right? Wrong. In light of the Lord's standard of goodness, I'm in the negatives on my best of days. In fact, my best is as filthy rags in contrast to His righteousness. My sole qualification for such a destiny rests in His love and my answer to His call of redemption. No better am I than any other. He simply put before me life and death, and how grateful I am that I chose life. Likewise, He puts this choice before you. Paul said that he could wish himself accursed that others might believe in his stead. If that's the intent of a man's love for his brethren, imagine the love of God who spared no expense to offer our ransom. It does remain a challenge not to live in the past. I do miss the days of Lincoln Logs and Slinkies over these dismal days of cell phones and quarterly tax payments. However, where I used to long for them with an aching heart, I now rather long for what awaits in the hereafter, for the incorruptible inheritance I will so undeservingly receive through faith in Christ Jesus.